No, we got it.
We've got it. We've got it. It actually says ill truth
Yeah,
on it.
we've got it now. We've got it.
Give that a little share real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, sorry to anyone that did just join us and see that it was last week's episode. Whereas we've actually got a new episode here. We are joined by the lovely duo, also known as Ill Truth. Hello and welcome. Sorry, that was a really badly orchestrated introduction right there.
That's all good. I'm just going to share it to our page quickly.
All right.
Then,
We've got to wait for some people to come in. We've got 6 people in.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Here we go.
It's weird that you have the like subtitles, like the annotation.
I'm trying to take them off because they are really annoying. I don't know how to just through the software that I'm doing it. It pushes out the titles, and
My voice is a bit strange. You might pick it up.
they also just look ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, they're so stupid, like so stupid. So I think we're in. Hello. We've got people coming in. I hope everyone is all right. 13 people. All right, I tell you what. Look, take it back. I'm gonna now do like a proper introduction. So hello and welcome to another episode of Overview, where I introduce and interview various members of the drum and bass community. This week I'm joined by an act that has become very familiar to a lot of people within the last number of years, seeing releases on the likes of Sofa Sound, Guidance, Dispatch, just about everybody in the scene really, and also Overview. And they have just been tearing it up, killing it. We've got plenty to talk about today. So without further ado, give it up for the Bristol boys, Ill Truth.
Hey. What are you saying?
What you saying? The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Well, I'm trying to get this all together right now. So we're doing all right. Yeah. How are you both? Are you guys doing all right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Getting there, surviving.
Pretty good considering. But yeah, we're good, man. Been busy with finishing off future projects, really.
Lots going on at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a tying up of the last few bits and pieces before we get writing again.
Yeah, before we start.
But you said to me that this was like the first time that you guys have really properly met up in quite a number of months, really.
Yeah, we met up about a month ago, but it was just to go and see Jay in Cheddar because it was a really nice day. So we all went out and did some socially distanced skateboarding / drinking.
Eat some cheese, I would hope.
No, common misconception.
Yeah.
Common misconception. What do you mean?
Yeah, not really. Cheese isn't really a big thing in Cheddar at all.
You are kidding me right now, aren't you? You're joking.
No,
You're joking.
I mean, if you want great cheese, the best cheese in the world is there, but no, because
It's not a massive thing.
everyone just going on about it.
Yeah.
I,
No, it's not like people wake up in the morning and they're like, what cheese do we get today, James? Well,
I
I
mean-
would like this cheese. It's like, it's not a thing.
I mean, that's how I kind of assumed cheddar would be. I mean, you just
No,
really that's
It's not. It's not like the hills.
Made
The
of
hills
cheese.
have music. Is it the hills?
the hills.
have music.
The hills are alive with cheese. You got the. It's
like the sound of music.
Is it because you got cheddar? You got cheddar gorge though, right? And
That is going on the hybrid movie.
Yes, mate. Imagine that, right? They creep up on you. They're all mental, and then they just go, "The sun will come out," or like something mad.
It's
It'd be amazing.
The sound of oh fuck! Like zombie.
half with cheese. They kind of melt. They're kind of like pussing cheese
Cheese,
out of
yeah.
their.
They're made
out
of
their-
cheese.
They're made.
They're
They're
cheese.
cheese people of cheddar.
Yeah.
I mean, someone said here, cheddar is made of cheese. No, that's not. That's also a common misconception, right?
Yeah.
The hills have music. That's going on the the list.
So, but in the hills have music.
We've got a hybrid movie list, so we've got like 2 movies that shouldn't work together, but like interlinked into like a new plot.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Have you got any more good ones that you can go on? I know you guys love a list. You guys love a good love a good list.
Yeah.
We've got Paranormal Actually, which is Paranormal Activity and Love Actually. It's just Love Actually, but they're all getting haunted by poltergeists. We've got
I paid to
Pie
watch
Hard.
that. What? Sorry, what was
Pie
that?
Hard.
Pie Hard.
Pie Hard, which is Die Hard and American Pie. It's just Bruce Willis fucking an apple pie on top of a skyscraper whilst a terrorist attack is happening.
Again, I would pay good money to go see this at the cinema.
Yeah.
Should we get back on the point of what we think?
These are great. These are great though. Sorry. We got.
We'll kick that one till we see.
I mean, this is the joys of a live sit down interview. Is you just never know quite which way it's going to go. Look, we're here to talk about drum and bass, not talk about cheese and movie.
Cheese and zombie musicals.
Yeah.
If anyone else has any other hybrid movie kind of
Yeah, please.
please put them in the chat because we love it. I mean, you guys are also you have the infamous food DJs list, which I dread to think how many people are on that now.
The official one. People have rinsed off it a few times.
We've had
a
a few people try to.
So let's kind of say. I mean, I want to say right now. I mean, the food DJ list is really your kind of conception, really, and there's been a number of people to kind of.
I wouldn't say it was our conception. I think a few people did a few, like
one or two,
a couple of years before we started it, but it was like a few, and I think we took it to a new level with. It wasn't just us; it was like us and all of our mates and people that we used to do music with, and then over the years, like you go like abroad and tell people about it, and then
it just catches them.
right, think of a few, and then people add to it, and
now it's like.
And now the list is like
strong.
Yeah, it's big.
Now you probably run out of DJs to even like think of.
Well, we thought that recently, and then a few of the guys from Dub Wars like told them about it, and a few of them added like quite a few good ones on there recently, and I was like, wow, I thought that we'd done them all.
My mind has been.
The thing is, there's always new artists as well. Do you know what I mean? New artists coming from great names that work with the food list.
I mean, maybe that is, that's when you know that you've kind of made it in the drum and bass scene. Is when you finally have your own food DJ list.
Yeah,
all right.
Make it on the drum and bass food pun.
Well, I tell you what. Let's go in with a serious question because you actually kind of just brought something up there. Again, for people that may or may not know, recently Rebel Music kind of did a Dub Wars thing, which was kind of like a contest, gladiatorial dub plate contest where, each producer produced a track for each round, and
with the samples that they gave.
So as a sample that they got given a sample pack, right, each round, and then you were given, how long were you given to then produce the track?
16 producers, and the rounds were drawn out of a hat, so it'd be contestant 1 versus contestant 14, and then they'd pick which sample pack that battle would have, and only that sample pack would be used for that battle.
Right.
And you get that drawn on a Sunday night at 9:00, and you have to submit the track by Friday at 6:00. So you have basically 5 days, just under 5 days, to make the tune and you have to use all the samples, and then submit the tune, and then it goes.
It was a hectic few weeks.
Yeah, it was like lots of sleep.
But way more pressurized than I thought.
Yeah.
Right, and I guess because I mean I'm not gonna lie, like I thought it was a really fun kind of really unique kind of thing to see, and it was always really interesting to see each round, and then obviously like it was really funny because it was all nameless, and then you had to vote, and then as you could really hear, I don't know about you, but you could be like, oh yeah, that's them. You know, you can really, picture out.
There were a few rounds though that, like me and Jay were chatting about the first round in particular against Tefra and Arcos and Talim, we were both like, oh mate, like that Talim tune is mad, and like the Tefra and Arcos tune is also really good. And then we found out that they were not
They were the other way
they
around.
were the other way around. We were like, what?
Tefra and
really?
Arcos was written like a mad jungle tune, and we were just
It was like a real old school stripped back simple
Right.
tune, and Talim had gone for something that I would normally have expected from like Tefra and Arcos. And,
Oh,
Something
you know
with
what?
it,
Do
like
you know
a
what?
bit-
I actually think I know which round you're talking about. Actually, now.
yeah,
It's
And,
weird. It sounded like an old Ronnie tune. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a 90s Ronnie thing. I was like, that's sick.
yeah,
I just assumed it would be Taylor because he's on that sort of jungle thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Mm.
But no, but it was cool.
but yeah, it was interesting.
And
It was,
and if anyone didn't know, you guys fucking won it.
we did, we won it. Yeah, so cheers.
Where's the trophy? Come on, wheel it out. Wheel it out. Come on.
Wheel it
give,
out.
Give the people what they want to see.
On wheels. There we go. The doubles trophy. Oh, can you see it? There we go.
Champion.
Pretty bad trophy actually.
I was gonna say, can you drink out of it? But it looks like you can't. You can't
Like,
actually pour
Oh,
alcohol
like
into it.
Rills.
Yeah, that would have been cool though.
Yeah.
That yeah.
Like-
yeah.
You could put like a big melon on it.
Like a really like it looks like the Champions League trophy.
Yeah.
with a
Come on,
melon.
I tell you what, put it in the background behind the bed. Come on, come on, keep this in shot. Keep this in shot. This is you gotta show this off because that's I don't know. I was rooting for you guys. I mean, obviously, we had a few artists that we work with on Overview. I mean, like Wings, Harvey Creatures was in it as well. So it was a real like tough competition. But I'm not gonna lie, you guys
Yeah.
did fucking kill it. I can't remember which. I think it was the semi-final tune. Especially, I think it was the one. I think it was the one where you went up against, or the one you went up against HLZ, maybe.
Oh, that one.
Second round.
Yeah,
that was-
yeah, week 2. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
That's a weird one as well because he went super deep with it, and like his tune was like epic
Yeah,
in the same way as we went quite epic, but it was
it was
but they-
completely different
different move,
styles.
different style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a weird comparison. I genuinely didn't know how that one was going to go because it was like
Yeah, his tune was so good.
it really divided the sort of.
But then you guys,
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys
Yeah.
just fucking it was just a monster of a.
I think
track.
like the aim for us was like like the guy like Daryl and Chef who were kind of like commentating the whole competition over the 4 weeks was sort of saying like you've got until from Friday at 9 p.m. until Sunday at 9 p.m. so you literally have 2 days to vote.
Mm.
I think the ethos was like, well, you've just got to kind of go off with a bit of a bang, because if you're just like, if your tune is like more of a grower, like takes you a few like listens and stuff, it's like not gonna do any. It's not gonna work because you got 2 days.
You
Like,
got to just
Well,
grab
my kind
people's
of
attention.
my interpretation of it is the idea of dub wars. It just reminded me of like
so like a clash.
when
like,
people drew for the biggest. You'd be like, oh, I got more dubs than you, or whatever, like back in the day.
yeah,
Well, I got the biggest dubs, and when people would drop like brand new, like fucking Dillinger shit or whatever, and it'd just be like blow everyone's heads off. That was the kind of ethos that I was like looking at. I was like, well, that's what we got to do. We just got to write the biggest stuff we
yeah.
can.
Which I think you did.
It was like, week 3 was interesting because although it wasn't like it was the week where we got the vocal, the Joe Reagan vocal,
Mhm.
and that was a bit different because it was old school approach
Mm.
on that one.
Plus,
But
it's really hard to write to a vocal, which so
I've
congrats,
never done before.
congrats
Right.
on that one.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, because you usually you send the beat off to a vocalist or whatever, whereas
Yeah.
so
That
that
was
was
a weird
the
one.
most challenging one. Do you think?
I was sketching it because it was my birthday, the day before.
Yeah, because we had that Zoom call
Yeah,
actually.
we did chat, didn't we?
A big surprise, happy birthday Hayden Zoom call, and then you're like, I've got to kind of like write this tune now, like I've got to get,
Yeah.
I can't really celebrate my birthday. So yeah, so you guys obviously were like really happy. You got a lot of stuff for winning it as well. You got some good prizes, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we got the trophy that you just saw. We got the pair of HD 25s,
Each.
the special edition. No, but
Oh.
Jay already has pairs. So
Ah,
I'm gonna get them.
I see.
And we both got like complete ultimate collector's edition and from Native Instruments, and we got a year's sponsorship with them as well, which we are going to be having a meeting with them soon to kind of find out what that entitles us to, and you know how we can maybe work with them as well on some stuff.
Lots of free shit, I hope.
Yeah, but it's just nice because like we were saying, you know, like it would be cool if we, you know, we can work that relationship so that for me, like they don't have a massive presence with drum and bass and what they do, so I feel like if we speak, you know, when we have this meeting, we can maybe work with them on
get a few guys more represented. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that could be cool.
Yeah.
Like all the drum and bass scene uses Native Instruments, right? So every music scene does, but the drum and bass scene, like Massive, was like the virus of like this generation.
Yeah.
You know, like for drum and bass, and you know, the 140 stuff as well. So like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we've got a ship, which is it gives us like beta testing and all that stuff. But we need to have details yet.
No, mate. I mean, that's really really exciting stuff. Really, I guess you know it's going to happen like that. And if I believe there is going to be like a release coming with the Dub Wars kind of album or something as well.
They Ben from Rebel Music has spoke about it. I think the idea is not to just put it out straight away because the competition was called Dub Wars. Like I think the idea is to kind of keep them as dubs for a little while and then
5 years.
Package it somehow. I'm not sure how yet.
Yeah, there's been mention of lots of different ways of going about it. Albums, EPs, potentially vinyl. We don't really know what we're going to do yet.
Or sign a couple to Overview, obviously. Like. No, sorry. I'm not Ben. I'm not coming for your. I'm not coming for your dubs, Ben. Don't worry. I'm not coming for your dubs. Well, I'll tell you what. On that note, should we go into playing one of them? You picked the Dub Wars round 4. Any particular reason why you picked this one specifically?
Because you asked us to pick the tune that won the final.
Yeah, right.
I think like I don't know. It's a bit of a blend, I think, of styles. It's kind of a little bit of a throwback intro with then some kind of it's kind of got this I don't know Bristly sound versus kind of what we would typically class as sort of our funkier sort of newer sound that we're kind of honing in recently. And
it's got like an old school like it's like Bad Company motif thing, and then it's got like a new style sort of chunky beat, but then it's got kind of loose. It's the groove's kind of loose, which is a bit more old school style. It's just like an old new mashup, basically. Trying to
a bit of old, a bit of new. All right,
yeah,
cool.
a bit new.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna play this, and you're not actually gonna be able to hear it come out of Discord that we're doing it. So you have to join the Facebook stream. Just make sure your mic isn't.
I think you've heard it quite a few times, so.
You're right. Yeah, a few times. All right. So going into this was the winning track from the Dub Wars competition by Ill Truth. It doesn't have a title. It is just Dub Wars round 4. Has it got a title or not?
It doesn't have a title yet.
It will have one, but not now.
Yeah, it will, but we don't know.
If anyone wants to give what they think the title should be of this track, please drop us a comment. The one with the most likes will be chosen as the. Maybe not. All right. Anyway, could do that. I tell you what, if anyone actually has a good suggestion for what the name of this tune could be, drop us a message. Maybe it will get chosen. All right, go ahead, Em.
Adrian said, I love that text poster.
Alright, you guys need to mute your mic or something. I can hear you like mumbling in the background. Right. Coming back down. That was the Dub Wars winning track. Typically Ill Truth on that one. Yeah, wicked work. Cheers. Not bad. It's alright. So yeah, anything else you want to say on the Dub Wars thing, or anything else? Any more shout outs?
No, it was just it was a really, really cool competition. Obviously, it's the first time it's been done, so we weren't like sure exactly on the formatting when we got asked to do it. But Harvey Creatures approached us, who had quite a big part in scouting kind of producers for it, alongside Ben Obi-Wan from Rebel Music.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we weren't quite sure how it was going to work, but I think it worked out really well. There wasn't like any hiccups or any weird, teething problems with the first one. It went really smoothly, and Ben, especially who is in charge of it, is he's really good at what he does, and he really made that. I think what was good about it is he made every producer from the very beginning feel like they're really that they deserve to be a part of it. Whereas I feel like you obviously have different tiers of producers, but what made it cool was that every dub was anonymous, so you didn't know who was who. Obviously you could probably tell from hearing some of the tunes, but it meant that people maybe from the outside community of drum and bass that were engaging with it were didn't have a clue who.
Just leveled the playing field, basically.
Yeah, it didn't matter how many Facebook likes you had. It didn't matter, it was
yeah.
And we've even had people that we were obviously we'd post and say vote for the tunes, not obviously saying vote for ours, but we'd say make sure you vote for all the rounds. And I've had people message me oh, yours was dub 1, right? And I was like, no, it was dub 2. And they were like, oh, I really like dub 1. And I was like, well, that's your vote. You can't. That's your vote.
That's the beauty of it. It literally was just based on the raw
Yeah,
like feeling of whoever was voting. Do you know what I mean? But,
yeah. It
that's
made
what made
it.
it cool.
It made it just strip back like about the music.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was no like press pack, like cool press shots and like made like glitter or anything that went along with it. It was
Yeah.
just like, here's the music, vote on your favorite tune.
Exactly. Yeah. Just
You've got 2 days.
really about the music, not a popularity contest, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though the
Yeah,
most
that's
popular lot won, really. No, no. You got you did no.
Instead, popularity.
No, you're
probably like. Then.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think it's it's good to see, and I think it was a really well put together event. So.
Yeah, it was interesting as well because it was a lot of different styles. It wasn't just like a handful of similar style and sounding artists. It was like a mixing pot of just like everything, and artists that were capable of doing a lot. So yeah, it was a cool competition. I'm really glad that we did it, regardless that we won it. It was really like just fun from the get go.
Yeah.
Well, big up to Ben Obi-Wan on that one. Did a really good job, and I'm guessing he'll probably be back again for it next year. I'm probably gonna hopefully continue.
October actually.
Oh, here's a bit of exclusive information right here.
I think he's aiming for 3 a year.
3 a year, really?
Yeah, we've been invited back in October, but I don't think we're going to do it.
You could.
We like for me.
Why not do it like reigning champions get to come back?
No, I reckon they should do it after they've done like 3 or 4. They should do like a round. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that would be good.
All the semi-finalists. So you take four artists from each competition, top 4, and then you put that in another
competition,
like
or
epic,
or do it. I mean, like you're saying. I mean, if he does, I mean, if it is, if
we just like, there's no way in hell that we can bump. Like we've got so much going on.
I think as well because you won it as well. Like I think like going into it again, like I'd love to do it again. I just like this, especially with the stuff that we are planning and will hopefully be kind of starting to put into practice this year with future releases. We've got a massive schedule ahead, so I don't think it's Well, I'll tell you what, that segues quite nicely. Thank you, Hayden. You're helping me do my job here. You might as well take over, man. We'll do. So yeah, we might as well like move on and talk a little bit about what you guys have on the way, what you guys have sort of been working on, because I gather from what I kind of know that you have been very busy and have got quite a lot. I mean, you always seem to have quite a lot on with what you do. So yeah, what can you tell us about what's kind of like on the way? What can we expect from Ill Truth for the rest of this year and next year? You're looking at your whiteboard, the infamous whiteboard.
Yeah.
Another list. We're good at lists.
Yeah. So actually, on the 3rd of July, we have the Lockjaw and Missing Save Me Ill Truth remix that's coming out on Overview.
Yeah.
That's a really good plug. Thank you. If anyone didn't know. Yeah. So yeah, if people don't know, it's kind of a little bit of the reason why the guys are here today is that they've got this remix coming, which is tomorrow. Actually, it's tomorrow. Go. Yeah, go get your pre-orders in. Make sure you get it tomorrow. Yeah, you guys have done a really good job on that. Which I've been.
Feels like it's taken a while, hasn't it?
I mean, we did get we did get that remix in quite early on.
Yeah.
It's because it's a weird one. It's kind of ended up on this sort of 2000 flex, like kind of dark rolling thing. Trying to go in on the mix and like make it more like modern sounding, and it was just killing the vibe. And I went round and round in circles, and we had this discussion over and over again, like, is this right? Isn't it right? And then we were like, it's better just to have a sort of more crusty classic sound to it that just kind of suited it.
Yeah, it was a bit more. I'd say it was a bit more of a raw approach to the stuff that we would typically do in mixdowns now. Like we kind of go for a bit more of a clinical mixdown, but obviously you need to keep the vibe. I think with that we were just like, this is just not working when we try and do that. So let's just keep it a bit rugged.
The vibe's the most important thing, kids. Make sure your vibe's right. Don't worry about your mixdowns, because the vibe's
Come to Cheddar. The vibes are great in Cheddar.
You love cheese and vibes.
Cheese and vibes. That actually sounds like a really good name for an event.
And vibes. Cheddar.
Yeah.
A bit of red wine.
We should get paid like a tourism campaign.
Yeah, I know.
Come to Cheddar. Where's cheese and vibes all around?
Yeah, beer.
I'm actually quite interested.
There's pubs.
Yeah. There's 7 pubs in Cheddar.
There's more 7 pubs.
7.
There's more pubs than corner shops in Cheddar.
Yeah, and there's the football club which has a pub as well. If you count that on the weekend.
Is the football club sponsored by the cheese company?
It's
by the cheese.
Do they actually? Yeah, just Cheddar.
I don't know if it is. I know that the rugby club, their logo is a piece of cheese with a little man on it.
Oh my god.
There you go. There's some interesting cheddar facts right here. I can't believe we've managed to get back onto cheese already.
Outside of that, we've got an EP for Guidance.
Yep.
Which is a collab EP with Defects. So we've got 2 collabs on there with us and Defects. A solo tune from ourselves and then a solo tune from Defects.
Right.
Just as a bit of a different sort of release, really. That's coming out at end of July. And then
double check the whiteboard.
Yeah. And then we've got a remix coming out on CIA, which is a remix of Factions I Have You.
Yeah.
Which we sent to Paul like 3 years ago, and it's actually like I said to him, it's never coming out, so just do what you want with it. And then we randomly got a message from Smithy, like, oh yeah, have you got that remix? And we're like,
yeah. We might need a bit of work.
Like the mixdown's 3 years old. We'll probably have to like give us a week at least to like.
But you've got it sounding good, and that's gonna.
We have
Trex remix.
Yeah, Trex Rolling Dub remix that we've done for Dispatch.
Right.
And then after that,
that's September time.
Yeah, and then after that, we don't know the exact date, but we are finishing up a Dispatch EP at the minute.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, we'll be doing a 2-part big EP for Soap Sound.
With a couple, there's like some collabs on there.
Yeah.
Some lower level artist collabs and some big guy collabs.
Any names you can tell us about, or is this still? They haven't been made yet.
Yeah, we haven't made any of the big collabs.
We haven't done the big ones yet. We're getting there.
Jason started lying to the audience.
No, I'm not. It's been agreed that we're going to do it, so that's what we're going to do.
And then after that,
then it's start writing for the album.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The Ill Truth album.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then it's time to go into hiding for a bit and write some beats.
Have you got yourself like
in the midst of that, we'll probably have another overview single.
That'd be nice.
That'd
be nice.
Yeah.
So just give us a couple of bits of what I'm gonna make it on the album. Be like, nah, this isn't.
The album's a different vibe. We're gonna have a focus with it. We're not taking any old tunes for the album. We're just gonna
rewrite
new
from scratch,
like with a whole sound bank and an idea and a concept and stuff.
I do have to say, I mean, Solace David has just said easy up with the releases. I mean, man, fucking hell, that is that's a relentless schedule. That is. And not only that, but you've also got the Reverend and the Myth stuff as well.
Yeah. Haven's just finished up another Reverend EP. I've finished up another Myth EP and a single and a remix.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all going down.
Yeah,
You
busy.
got, Jesus, where I don't even know where to. The work rate is something else. How do you do it? What's your secret? What's your give everyone your secrets here. Tell them how do you manage
a
to.
lot of crack.
No, it's just
crack and speed. Just don't sleep.
I think it's
Basically,
just like,
my best advice for writing for anyone is if for a second you get stuck, like you just set the second your thought process, your creative process comes to a halt, just pack it in and start something else. Because you can always come back to that idea, but it's all about the flow. If you've got the flow right, you can bang out tunes left, right, and centre as long as you know how the tune. If you've got the vision, and you know how to get from A to B to start to end of the tune, then you're gonna write really fast, and then you mix down what you do in another day. Or
I think it's as well like being able to write like that comes down to like your sound sources, and like we've got a pretty good shared sample library that we will make drums like every now and then we'll just do a whole session on just drum breaks, and we'll just make our own drum breaks and then sample them all out into that, and we'll I'll strip out a tune that we've finished for just the effects and pads and stuff, and so that you can then resample all this stuff later down the line. And it just means that over time you've got this huge library of stuff that you can reach for, and it's not like you're stealing it from another tune. It's just like you're reworking it like you would take a sample anyway.
Yeah.
And rework that. So
the cool thing about the shared library and stuff is the difference between like the Rev and stuff and the Myth stuff and the All True stuff is it's the process that gets the sound. It's not necessarily the sound source itself. So Hayden can use some Myth samples in a Revan tune and it will still sound like a Revan tune because it's just the process gives the tune the vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can use each other's sounds and it doesn't really affect. There's not much crossover. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I think just being organised and like just being honest with yourself and looking at sketches that you've got, and if you listen to that sketch and by the end of it you're not like, this is fucking sick, yes, then just like strip it out for samples. Just be like, right, cool, the drums are cool though, I'll use that in a different tune. Like I started a remix on Monday that it was actually the drums and the bass line were all from a sketch that sketch was just not doing it for me, and then I used that in a remix, and instantly I was like, this is sweet, and like bashed out a remix in like about 4 hours.
Right.
And it's just like there's no, I don't know, this whole thing of like you should start everything from scratch. It's like, why? You've put in the time to make all these sounds and make these samples. If they haven't released that track, like you're literally just throwing away work.
Yeah.
Well, so you're saying it's your
stuff. Not only that, it's when you strip out a project, save patches, save channel strips, save everything. Just you've got it.
And if something's good and you like it, save it, because there's no. Why would you could spend another hour recreating it when you could just save that patch?
Yeah, and you never know you're gonna draw inspiration from, because you can hear something that you made ages ago and go, what the hell happened there? That was amazing. Why didn't I start with that?
Yeah.
And then inspiration carries on from there because you're constantly learning. Every project, everything, you'll learn something new, and then something you'll hear will relate back to that, and then you're on a roll again. So it's mostly just be organized in every aspect. Just try and samples, workflow, just save everything and just constantly go back to stuff and see what
the comments saying.
What's happening?
Being organized. There's my problem. The subtitles are jokes.
The subtitles still on. I really want to get rid of these subtitles.
What is going on?
I mean, you've actually got to. You can click off auto captions. It says generate on the settings section. There's auto generated captions, and you actually turn it off. I mean, obviously, some people are probably going to want to have them on just for the means.
Oh, right.
So we got So you got instead of the Joe Reagan sample, is the Reagan sample, as in the President Reagan.
Joe Rogan samples.
No, anyway,
Yeah,
that's a really
amazing.
interesting insight. Really interesting insight there. I tell you what, I wanted to ask on that, because obviously I know it's been like a big thing. Are you going to have anything for the album? Because obviously you're saying this is going to be a big undertaking. Have you got a kind of idea how you're going to approach that? And yeah,
We've got an idea of how we're gonna. We've got a technical idea of how we're gonna approach it,
Yeah,
but we haven't nailed in this like the concept and
the
what
vision,
the vision and the focus of it. But we've got an idea of technically how we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to write for a certain time, like just write sounds for like maybe like 3 months. Just
Mm.
write like patches, presets, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
just
And then
loops.
at the end of that like 3 months, we'll just whittle it down to all the best stuff, and then begin writing basically. And we want to try and make a conscious effort just to be in the same room, like
Yeah.
write ideas and then take them away on our own. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just see if we can write like in a day, just write like 3 or 4 ideas,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like I'll leave 2 here and take 2 with me or something, and then we'll come back and have another session where we're like, what do we think of where it's gone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's like Jay just said, having just spend rather than spending one day and making one song, like having a day where you just make like 3 ideas, like rough ideas, but you just focus on the creative and musical like stuff, the arrangement and
the vibe.
yeah,
the vibe.
Mm.
The vibe,
and
kids.
after
Don't forget
after
the cheese.
X amount of time. I think after X amount of time, we'll go through similar to what we do now. We've got sketches folder in our shared drive that we'll put all sketches in and ideas and little loops. And after a certain amount of time, we'll sit down, go through that, and go, oh, that's got really cool like loop. That's got really good potential. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's awful. Delete that. Don't ever show anyone that. That needs to burn in hell.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. So we'll probably do the same approach that we do with just making tunes now, but in a bit more of a formulated way.
Yeah.
No, that's again very interesting. I'm really excited for you guys that that you are taking the step to do it, because I think that like I don't know, albums haven't seemed to have been as prevalent in the last few years. Maybe I don't know if that's an unfair comment to sort of say. Like it did seem to be very album led. Like you think like you go back to like the 90s, talking about the 90s, but it was seemed to be like the album was like the king piece. And I think with the way that people consume music, maybe obviously has had a big impact on it, but there hasn't been so many big albums. Again, maybe that's a bit unfair, because I know that there has been, but it doesn't seem to be something that so many people right, I need to make an album. Like
I think
well, people are concerned about sales as well, and so a lot of people's albums have been broken up into multiple EPs and put out in parts and then re-released as an album as like a marketing tactic.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether we'll participate in that sort of thing, because it seems to be that we want to write something that's like a start to finish thing, as well as having a load of club banger stuff in there as well. Do you know what I mean? And like
I think like for me, I love a good album, like a good listening album, start to finish, like, and you're taking on a bit of a journey, and it's it's a piece. The whole thing is like one piece of music. It's not just and like I think within drum and bass, like Jay's just said, it's all club driven, really, isn't it? Like sales a lot of the time, it's club driven tracks. So I don't see why you can't have that approach of club driven tracks that all fit together seamlessly, so that you can play it in the club. But also, if you wanted to listen to it, there's a bit, there's parts where it is more focused on the arrangement and more focused on the music, rather than just it being like, here's 15 bangers for the club. It's like that's not for me. That's a massive EP.
There's a difference between a compilation and an album. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone can chuck 10 tunes together and go, yeah, there's my album.
I mean, you guys could do it easily. Do you know what I mean, really?
Well, yeah, we could put we could probably have a 40 tune album somewhere. There's like tunes that are nearly done, but it's like that's not the point. Do you know what I mean?
I think we want to try something different, and I think going outside of your what you know and your comfort zone is good. And I think like you said, albums aren't so much of a thing, but I think, we put out quite a few EPs, and the EP stuff is quite, it's great, and we love our music, and we're always proud of the music we put out. We don't just put out, stuff that we're not. But I think with the album, we wanted to just do something a bit different.
Like saying,
And
push yourself out your comfort zone, kind of thing. And
Yeah, it's as much a learning curve for us, the project, as it is an actual piece of art that we want to put out and for everyone to listen to. Do you know what I mean? So it's something to keep the mind going.
I'm not gonna say. I'm actually, even just talking to you about it, I'm actually fucking excited for it. I'm starting to be like, I want to hear what you are gonna fucking do, because I just think, like, I think you guys have just, I don't know, with your kind of like work ethic, your attitude, obviously, now where, the level and the consistency that you guys are kind of putting out at, I think this is a great next step, and I think you're going to have a real big support from a lot of people. I mean, I'll be shouting it, and I'm hoping vinyl and stuff is also going to be sort of like talked about. And
we've got to finish it first. We've got to make it first.
This is
got to make it. We can start talking about how it's going to be distributed.
I mean, it tends to be, doesn't it? But you never know.
Yeah.
You do never know. But it's an interesting discussion. It's an interesting kind of thing. We have had a question here. Someone said, "How many tracks are you thinking? Have you got like a rough?" Again, are you just going to see how it goes?
I don't know. Well, I think like 15 is like a good target for like a length with skits and little interlude bits and.
It was said, it was mentioned at one point, write 30 tracks and whittle it down to 15. So
yeah,
that's a sort of rough guide of what we want to try and do, really. And we've sort of given ourselves like.
This is why our schedule's so big now, because we're trying to get ahead of ourselves, so that when we're writing for the album, we don't have to like worry about not having music coming out.
Right.
Yeah, and if we can bust out a little single to like keep the ball rolling, do you know what I mean, alongside it, then that's great.
Yeah, the aim was to just have, whilst we're writing, was to have, X amount of our normal schedule going along as it would be as planned. So we're just trying to get ahead of everything now.
Organization, kids. This is the key. This is the key to a successful career. I mean, it's a big part of it, and it's interesting to hear that you've actually got like a real battle plan, as it were, to make sure, because I think that you do hear stories of it happening, of people like they're gonna write an album and then they just disappear for 2 years or 3 years or something, and then when it obviously does come out, it's like you don't, the hype isn't quite there. You've got to kind of catch it. Yeah, it's just a real balancing act, I guess, between sort of so many different factors to be able to. Especially now, like music's so disposable. If you don't have, you do literally get forgotten about within like 4 months. Someone will be like, "God, they haven't released any music for ages," and you're like, "It's only 4 months, guys."
It's only 4 months. Like, I mean, really, that's not that long. But it's so disposable, and the turnaround is so like quick now.
I mean, I think it is that thing, and it is just obviously the way. I mean, I think it goes for much further than just music. I think it is just the way that content, and we are now this hyper consumptive kind of race of people that it's just constant. And I think that's, you look at, say, even like some of the real top guys. I'm not even talking about drum and bass. I'm talking about someone like Drake, for instance. You know what I mean? Like how much music he is like. It's that quality, but consistently, because you've got to stay prevalent, and you've got to keep on at it. And I think that unfortunately, you've got to do that in this sort of modern era. Rightly or wrongly, it's just the way that the kind of the industry and the game works now. And I think that you guys, for testament to what you're talking about with how much that you have had released and have coming are, I think a lot of people should look at you guys as an example of how to do it properly and how to actually keep it going. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit,
Works
that's a
well.
bit much. I don't want to like blow
That's just
smoke
what
too
works
much,
for us.
but
Like you got to remember as well. You got to remember as well. We're in a duo.
mm,
So you're not just. It's not just that one person and their time, and you've got to manage. You've got to make sure that it's both. It works for both of you, and the way you're working is for both of you, and this is just the way that works for both of us.
Yeah,
Like
mm.
and we've done it for years now, so we just kind of know what works now.
yeah. We had
How-
to learn the art of compromise.
Yeah.
There is a fine tuning to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
have you got any sort of like methods that you have for working as a duo to sort of like? You said compromise is an important one there.
Big one, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
so I
to meet
know,
each
that's
other.
If neither of you agree with, say, like a creative choice, then you have to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Or or it works like so. If there's like a couple that we can't agree on,
yeah,
whichever one we feel most strongly about, we get our way with basically. So and then that way you're in the middle. Do you know what I mean? You've gone both ways with it.
yeah.
So,
I think just I don't know, just
It's
being
just
honest with each other.
yeah.
Like you can't like there's no point pussyfooting around it.
yeah,
Like if you're not into something, it's better just to say to the other person like I'm really not into that.
yeah.
That sounds shit. Or like
Don't be afraid to
like
hurt
that,
some feelings,
this-
or
this idea or this idea that this person that you've asked us to work with like just doesn't sound right. Like
But it
like you've got to just be honest with each other and then get to sort stuff out.
there will be arguments in
Yeah.
any collaborative thing. Do you know what I mean? Even with like with labels, you would argue over stuff, and
Yeah.
oh yeah,
they're more like exactly yeah. You do. Because everyone's got their. It's nothing can be devised objectively. It's all subjective. So
yeah.
it's just whoever thinks is the best way, and then so just try and be patient and just.
Mm.
And it's not easy. I'm a ratty fucker sometimes. So,
Really?
yeah.
I,
Captain Miserable.
how
He-
how long have
he's
you guys been going now? As a
Since as Ill Truth since 2016, the end of 2016,
But
and
working together.
working
musically,
together probably since about 2013.
Yeah, probably like 7 years. I'd say. Yeah.
So about 7 years,
damn.
maybe 8 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Coming along.
Yeah.
Like you said,
So,
you've had
yeah,
your ups
we-
and downs, and
Yeah. But like we've done all that, and we know like I think we balance each other out quite well. There's times where like I'll be a bit too polite about something, and Jay will be like, "What are you doing?"
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Stop pussyfooting around.
And then there'll be times where Jay will like want to like grab someone by the neck and start strangling them, and I'll just like have to calm him down, like, mate, just relax. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. And then he's like, all right, actually, yeah, you're right. So it's good. It's a good balance.
I
Actually,
wind people up same sorts of matters.
Yeah.
actually, saying that, I can kind of, I can knowing you guys quite well, I can definitely see that, like, you kind of got that kind of yin and yang, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I think
Even
is
in the way we dress.
Yeah.
yeah, literally right now. That's hilarious. I was gonna say because obviously like something that I think maybe I've always wanted to kind of know a little bit, and I don't know if there was any sort of deeper reasoning behind it, but obviously, so you obviously have like Ill Truth as the main project, and then you have kind of like both now launched the solo stuff. I mean, was that a creative reason because you kind of felt like you needed an outlet for some of this stuff? Because you could just obviously put that stuff all as Ill Truth and release it. I mean, what was the kind of thinking behind that? I don't know.
We've been asked this a few times recently.
There's a few reasons for it.
There's
Enlighten all of us,
like,
please.
if you look back from the Ill Truth stuff that we started making from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a blend of like everything. Like you're kind of, more jungle influenced, like, sort of stuff. And then you're like really stripped back, deep, minimal rollers. And then you're kind of everything in between, your more musical, rolling, like, melancholic stuff, then the techier, like harder club stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it just like it's just I think more than anything, it's just nice having a bit more focus on Ill Truth and honing in that sound over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And having, like Jay's Myth alias as like, the kind of outlet for that more jungly like sound.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is more of that old kind of stripped back, I guess kind of minimal, but with like, I don't know, my own sort of little taste on it.
Yeah, it's got the sort of still got a bit of funk. It's got that melancholic sort of musical flavour to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of its own sound as well. So it's like, but it also is just content as well. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what I was
Massively.
saying, we've got loads of content, and you need places to get it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We can't, like, otherwise we'd put out like a release every like, week or every 2 weeks.
Like I said, the Ill Truth EP thing is about like stuff to make EPs out of is about 40 tunes strong now, and that's since we've been doing our.
Yeah.
So that's backed up over like 3 years or whatever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's just to get the content out as well.
But I didn't know if sorry.
If I get a craving to write some jungly stuff, I can just get it out of my way, like write some ish stuff, and then I can be like, right, now I want to write some. Do you know what I mean? Like, it depends on what ideas come to your head.
It's nice having a different mindset, and like it kind for me as well. Like I write like hip hop and some, like we're doing an EP with a good friend of ours called Twitchy, who's a hip hop like MC from Bristol, and it's nice having something else that you're working on as almost like a reset button. So if you're not inspired by, say, Ill Truth stuff like one day or for like a week or even 2 weeks, you write something else that turns out really good, and then the next time you come around to writing an Ill Truth thing, you're like, your brain's kind of reset and you've gotten rid of all that like negative kind of like, oh, I'm in a creative block. It's like I personally don't believe there's like such thing as a creative block. I think you just get into bad habits and then like your mindset just keeps going in this loop. You just need to reset that.
You got
Just write something good, even if it's something so easy, like you're writing, I don't know, like just a basic loop of the different genre that is quite different and weird, and you probably never release it. Like can just act as a bit of a reset.
It's just healthy to keep you stuff. Like, so Hayden's producing for singers and stuff, and like doing that. I'm writing like 140 dubstep stuff as well under Myth. We're both Hayden's got hype mastering. I do a bit of mastering for like friends and stuff. Mix down things for people. It's you can do to keep busy and also keep like if you're earning a bit of money and stuff off of it as well. It's kind of like good food for keeping the ball rolling on everything else. You know what I mean? It keeps your mind thinking like, oh, this is still working. I can still make good stuff. It's just keeping your mind busy with other stuff so that you're free to make it all roll out. But by the time you get to your main focus, basically.
Yeah.
No, some really interesting points there. Yeah, because like you're saying, it can be a real. Sometimes you say some people, and you can really sort of like struggle, I guess, with wanting to keep up with this. It can be a bit of a thankless task, drum and bass at times, or creativity, music. So to be able to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, and keep that fire burning, shall we say?
Keep the fire burning.
The fire burning. Well, I tell you what, let's roll into another tune. Which
one are you gonna play?
Well, I was gonna ask you. I mean, do you wanna play? I've got 2 more tunes here. Do you wanna play the remix, or do you wanna play the forthcoming bit?
We'll play. What do you reckon?
Well, the remix is out tomorrow.
No, that remix. So we.
Oh yeah, play that.
And then the other one's Dada.
Well, so play.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, play the remix then.
Play. I Have You, which is a track by Faction. So I was about to say Fraction, featuring Leo Wood, the Ill Truth remix. I've had this on dub for about 3 years, and I'm definitely quite sad that it's actually getting a release right now because I honestly still play it quite a lot and it's a really lovely
It
track.
will be a vinyl release as well, so maybe we'll send you a little vinyl in the post, Pete.
I'll buy one. Don't worry, I'll buy one. I'm not going to be like.
Yeah, good actually. Yeah,
good.
you can buy one off me. Oh, yeah, that's price.
I'm selling enough to other people, so it's I've got to give back a little bit as well. So yeah, we'll roll into this one. As I said, Faction, I Have You featuring Leo Wood. This is the Ill Truth remix, and this is going to be out when the people buy this?
The 21st of August.
The 21st of August. All right.
Yeah.
Go.
If anyone wants to see the whiteboard, actually,
yeah. Go on. We need to show the infamous whiteboard because.
We'll say about workflow. This is the reason. This is the main reason of how we keep up with everything we're doing. So yeah, there we go.
And
and
obviously
a lot of stuff going on, but it's good to keep track of it.
I said Skibbity on the wall then, but it's...
Definitely doesn't say Skibbity.
You have that thing where obviously if you finished a project, you get to wipe it off the board. That's like the success. We've completed it.
Yeah. You feel accomplished after you've physically got something to do and then you get rid of it. It's like it's like the seal of like I'm never touching that again, and you move on.
Done.
Yeah,
done.
It is weirdly satisfying.
Yeah,
especially when you start.
It's amazing.
It's weirdly satisfying. No, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll
get a whiteboard. That's the other advice.
Get a whiteboard. I do have one. I think it's not here. It's somewhere else. I need to keep it more organised.
Yeah, they're good.
But yeah, if anyone watching does also have any more questions for my good friends Hayden and Jay here, please do drop us a message in the chat. And we'll try our best to answer it. We'll play this. I've got a couple more questions. Got a couple more things to talk about after this, but we'll try not to go on too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like I could actually sit here and talk to you guys for quite a while. I'm quite enjoying this interview right now.
Yeah, quite a lot though, don't we? Outside of this stuff, so.
I mean, this, for me, again, try not to waffle on. We are going to play some music. I wanted to give people an opportunity, an opportunity to actually talk a bit more about their method, where they come from, their ideas. As I feel that this kind of long form content, going in with sort of a bit of media speak, is a very unique kind of new way to be able to discuss things and really for people to really understand you and understand people in the scene. And I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm really enjoying this interview so far because you guys are you're both fun to talk to, and yeah. I'm gonna stop blowing smoke up your ass.
You're privileged. You're privileged that you got us both in the same room.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought Jay would have been in Cheddar mining cheese for which is what everyone in Cheddar does. He's been given a day off by the cheese factory.
If how obviously miners used to get the soot. Was it soot lungs?
Miner's lung.
Do you get cheese lung?
No,
you get cheese dust,
cheesy beard.
Cheesy beard, cheesy. Oh mate, trust me, you don't want a cheesy beard, man. It's one of the worst things that you can have. It just smells of parmesan. But yeah, I'm just honestly, I'm so proud of you guys and everything that you've kind of done. I've been a big follower. I think even from quite early on.
You obviously we've known each other since before Ill Truth, and we were working together on the older Alias, and then the first Ill Truth release.
I can take credit for releasing the first ever Ill Truth single. So yeah, we've been to some, done some things, but I think we've done some things and some stuff. But I've definitely kind of felt that you guys, out of a lot of people, and no shade on anyone else, you're really fulfilling the potential that I felt that I saw in you, many, many years ago, and now kind of where you've taken this, and I don't know, you just got the right, as I said, the right attitude and the right sort of desire and obviously the talent. again, without blowing too much smoke of you guys.
Yeah. Like,
But no, genuinely, I'm really like, I'm just so pleased. I'm just so pleased for you guys.
Play the dang tune, man.
yeah, play the tunes.
Play the tune. Stop waffling. Sorry. Going in for the third time. This is "I Have You" featuring Leo Woods by Faction, the Ill Truth remix. I am actually gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Oh yes. It's finally coming out. I definitely can't see anything. When I look at you. No, don't sing it. Don't sing it. You back? Oi, get your mic back on.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
As someone's saying, it is finally coming out.
Yeah, I forgot that we sent. I don't even know if we sent Jack that tune.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah. I thought that he probably had it, but he probably had it from like years ago as well.
Mm.
The old
So
version.
yeah, we'll send you the new version, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be playing that old version. But yeah,
Just the old one sounds so bad compared to the new one.
I mean, I did hear it here in this. You can just hear the kind of like, I don't know, it's very clean, very sort of on the ball.
Yeah.
No, excellent. So something I did want to sort of touch on a little bit was that you guys have a new podcast coming.
Ah, yeah.
This is another little
Another exclusive.
another little super exclusive. Yeah, super exclusive.
Yeah.
I can't do it as one of these, so I'm gonna try.
Oh, actually, I can send you the jingle and you can play it if you want.
Okay, yeah, go on. What the opening jingle?
Yeah, and then we'll tell you about the podcast, what it's called, and then you play the opening jingle and see if anyone gets the reference.
Okay, I'm keen.
Yeah, that's it. Right, I'm sending you a Google Drive link.
Google.
You're sending me on Facebook.
On the Facebook.
So it's recorded.
We've just got to edit it.
It's all done. Just need to edit down the
Edit down the bullshit.
the nonsense.
That's the best bit. That's the best bit. It's always the absolute waffle.
Yeah, some of it is just like
unsayable filth in between all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of a good just a good bit of our character recorded. Do you know what I mean? It's just a fun. Like, I just feel like, well, me and Hayden were talking about this, that all the podcasts and stuff are like, the people that do like Noisia Radio, all that sort of stuff. It's great because it's got loads of content and stuff, but it's just like, there's, I don't know, there's just.
Careful what you say now. Careful what you say.
Yeah. Like for us, I think what Jay's trying to say is if we were to do that, like your normal kind of format of a podcast, we're too weird to not weigh up to the weirdness that we naturally do. So we thought, let's fully embrace the weirdness and let's do a podcast that's really weird. And the whole theme of the podcast is just bizarre, doesn't make any sense. So the podcast is called Sound Force, and it's a spin on the popular UK TV show called Ground Force, which was a gardening TV show
with Alan
Titchmarsh. So we've called it Sound Force, and we've got a few little segments in there that we will save for the actual podcast, which we'll put up on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another plug on there. It is going to be premiering on Monday. Any particular time that people can be watching out for this? Have you got?
I will probably upload it at like lunchtime, so from 1:00 on Monday, on the Ill Truth SoundCloud account.
Right. And is it going to be? Is it drum and bass, or is it?
It's drum and bass.
I'm just worried.
Yeah, no, it's mostly drum and bass. It's not like it's still got some like normal tunes in there. We haven't just put in like there's not like
tunes in there, bootlegs and shit like that in there. It's like legit. It's a legit podcast.
It's 100% real.
It's just weird and random.
And there's just a little nuggets of joy in between all of it.
Yeah. Did you download the theme song?
I did. So do we play it? So here is a world premiere of the Sound Force podcast intro theme. I don't know what to expect. All right, let's go in. Oh dear. This really sets up what this is going to be. I tell you what you could do. What's the chick there that used to be on Ground Force? Charlie Dimmock.
Yeah.
There's that website now. Cameo. I don't know if you've heard of it, where you can pay celebrities to like say stuff for you.
What?
I reckon.
Not joking.
Yeah, no. It's a legit thing, and they have like, and I'm talking
Is Alan Titchmarsh on that?
he might be. Now I'm not. It might be worth. It might be worth. You
I'm
could.
gonna hit him up immediately.
We'll pay lots of money to get him to say, "Hello, welcome to Sound. I'm Alan Titchmarsh, and you're listening to the Rude Boy. I don't know.
Selector Injector podcast.
Injector podcast. Hosted by us. Pay big money for that.
Mate, trust me. If you haven't seen it before, Cameo is a big thing at the moment.
We've got a couple of sound bites actually of Alan Titchmarsh on an Ableton drum rack that we were triggering throughout the podcast. So I've got the podcast up now, so we can. Oh, where are we at? Oh,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alan Titchmarsh is. I'm not sure if Alan Titchmarsh is on there. That's. Oh, come on, Alan. What are you doing? You just have to speak to his publicist or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I mean, ground.
Make sure they keep fucking right the way through until autumn.
Yeah.
Dear.
So yeah, action-packed podcast.
Action-packed
Yeah.
podcast. I mean, how long have you been thinking about doing this for? Has this been something you've
We
been
were
wanting
meant to record it about 6 weeks ago.
No. I mean, as a concept, as an idea, is it like a podcast something you wanted to do for a while, or
Well,
is
we
it
had to
just
go
been
at it
like?
before.
We
We had a go at it as Ill Truth. No, not as Ill Truth. When we were Despicable Youth, we'd had a go at a podcast, and we ended up getting too drunk, and it didn't really work.
yeah.
And then we were like, we'll do that again one day, and then we just never did.
Yeah.
And then it finally came time that we were like, do you know what? Let's have another go.
I'm not gonna lie, Sound Force. It was just gonna be called like the Truthcast or something, and then we were just chatting about it on the phone, and we said, oh, it'd be really funny to have like some random sections, like, you know, like the Alan Titchmarsh Appreciation Zone or something like that, and like just random stuff. And then we were like, Sound Force.
Yeah. Then that's where it
And
came.
then that's the idea that's conceived.
We're
Yeah.
keeping on with your theme of like crossing over things that shouldn't really work, but they do.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah. So Sound Force episode 1 coming on Monday.
Mm.
Yeah, there's genuinely some really sick music in it. It's not just like,
Yeah,
Like,
and some.
we've got-
Sorry, I was gonna say some exclusive music from you as well. I'm hoping some world premieres. You gotta get there.
One world premiere.
You gotta pick it up. You gotta sell it.
Stuff that's coming or whatever, or some.
Yeah.
Nothing too far ahead.
There's
Yeah.
nothing like insanely. Well, for us, it's not like we made this last week. Check this out. It's more like here's something that's coming out that just to like yeah. We'll just listen.
Just
to
watch.
It, and
Just listen and watch it.
Just well, you can't watch it unless you're watching the waveform on SoundCloud.
Oh
but-
yeah. I tell you what, that'll be the
Um,
the next stage. Start getting involved in the in like recording
Too
it.
much editing, mate. Like,
Yeah,
there's
we
too
had
much.
lots
There's too
yeah.
much. Like a lot of bullshit that we have to cut out. Like a lot of just chat that just doesn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
Like this conversation.
I mean, this is a perfect example of just how how badly it can just.
so we've
detail.
refined it to like the best bits of the worst bits. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be out on Monday.
But yeah, there's loads
Okay.
of we've saved loads of episodes. There's a conversation about the Pope that goes down that we had to cut out. Like, there's loads of random stuff.
There's
that's-
loads of like just weird stuff.
I tell you what, it's been good to see. There's been a number of people kind of jumping on and doing some more podcast bits. Obviously, Dan.
Yeah,
Clinical.
Dan's got.
It's
What's it called again? I can't remember.
patterns.
Patterns. I thought it was good. I thought I was going to say particle. Yeah, patterns.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a really great. It's actually a really cool podcast. I think it's done. He's doing it really well. Obviously, like having some guest interviews and putting in some interesting segments. Obviously, Charlie Bricks now doing Bricks Do Roll.
Yeah.
Which is another great one. So yeah, now we have the All Truth Sound Force.
It's an agricultural journey for drum and bass.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
that's the
like
tagline. That's the
the
tag.
tagline. Yeah, an agricultural journey through drum and bass.
For anyone that isn't from the UK, that might be like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
Yeah,
Ground Force was a very popular TV show on the BBC a few years ago. I feel like I'm going to kill the
Quite a
joke
lot.
by doing this, but yeah, go check out Ground Force and actually more importantly, check out Sound Force.
check out Soundforce. We should do a rave. That'll be the next one. We'll
What?
get Alan Titchmarsh DJ set.
On the
But
mic.
They did the one
Yeah.
with the Aled Jones. Did you ever see that? The
Yeah, they got
walking
him on
in the
mic.
air.
He was trying to spit bars or something, wasn't
He did it. He
Really?
did like a set on Kiss FM or something.
That's
It's
so
like-
he?
weird.
Yeah,
it's
I do.
big up
remember
my
seeing it
selector.
or something.
But yeah.
Nope, you went a bit.
Sick tunes
you got
that
a
no
bit.
one's heard probably, or that haven't been uploaded yet online.
Okay. Have you got?
Oh, we're back. We're back.
yeah.
good?
No, you're good. You're good. What did you say? You just some
Yeah,
sick
we're good.
tunes, some sick tunes that people haven't heard.
Yeah, some new music. Yeah, lots
Yeah.
lots of new music.
Have you
but
got
not from
anything?
us, but
Have you got anything else that
from a
you're
load of
kind of
people.
like any other ideas for anything that you kind of want to move into? Anything that you haven't done yet that you kind of got your eye on? Obviously, maybe not releasing music wise, but kind of like this, like obviously doing a podcast. Do like an
we kind of want to. We spoke about doing similar thing to what you're doing now, like have a Sound Force podcast for the music, and then have one where we actually just bring someone in and have like some interesting conversations about the industry. This is similar to what Workforce is doing with the Must Make podcasts, but doing it within our circle.
Yeah,
Um,
and make it funnier.
yeah, like
funnier than this.
having
Or-
that balance.
I mean, Workforce.
having
The
that
Workforce
no,
one
that
isn't really
wouldn't be
about banter, but
No, but like, I love the Workforce one. I think he's got a really good thing going with that.
it's very well done.
He's like touching on really like interesting topics within the scene that I think a lot of people don't really talk about.
Yeah,
So it is really good.
big up,
Um,
Jack.
Yeah, big up
Big up,
Jack
Jay.
for that.
But-
He's
Yeah, we just we couldn't be serious for that long. I don't think so. It's just
yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is with you guys. I mean, and obviously, as a lot of people do know, you guys are based in Bristol, so you have got like a lot of people that you could actually kind of
on the doors.
bring in. Yeah. And at the moment, I mean, there isn't anyone that kind of doing something like that. So you could do.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good idea. I think that would work really well because again, you're very
Yeah.
lucky with who you could get. Whereas me,
yeah, it's not.
no, go on.
I think like with where we are, there are people that are doing similar sort of stuff, but I think I don't know, coming at it from the circle that we have, even like lesser known artists or people that haven't maybe not even heard of, just having an interesting conversation about their thoughts on and then obviously like it won't be serious 100%, but a nice little blend of just conversations that we'd normally have anyway, but just record them. Like we have loads of conversations, as I'm sure you do, and we have done before, where we chat about things that are really important to us or going on right now, not just in music but outside of that, and
How it all ties
record it and see what we get.
Yeah. No.
Because a lot of the time there's really interesting conversation, and I think sometimes it should be documented, especially the weird funny stuff. But,
Fuck it, mate. If there was a camera with a fly on the wall with a lot of stuff that you boys do come up with, I mean, it's either going to go one of two ways. Either people are going to really love it, or they're just going to be like, these guys are just too weird. Like,
or we won't have a career and we'll be like,
yeah.
we'll be like
burn every
spat
bridge.
on in this thing.
luckily, like I think luckily the stuff that we the weird stuff is just weird. It's not like offensive as such. It's just really weird.
To put it lightly.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's
Um,
good.
So yeah, I think that's it really. Like I think the main focus for us right now is getting the next lot of EPs done and singles and other bits that we've got in the pipeline. A solid schedule, and the sooner we've done that, the sooner we.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Well, look, I think we could probably just about wrap up there. As I said, I could probably keep on talking to you guys for a while, but we've been going for like an hour and a half now, so this has been a good watch.
Yeah.
We might as well we might as well play one more tune to close the show out. Play the last one if you want. Have you got anything else you'd like to add, or anybody or anything that you just want to big up? One final shout out.
Nah, everyone can piss off.
Solid answer.
Yeah, the tune that's that you're about to play is coming on our Guidance EP. It's called Dada, and it's, I guess, our interpretation of a funky jump up tune.
Yeah, kind of.
Which I've actually come up for a term last week.
Funk Up.
Funk Up. And
Funk Up.
Copyright, trademark, Funk Up.
Funk Up.
New genre.
Wow. Okay, this is the next stage in the Ill Truth career. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I mean, like a lot. Say, like the Source stuff has been like kind of jump up, you know. But it's obviously with the Bristol.
It's funky, so that's why you've got.
I'm coining the term.
Okay, guys. From now on, if anyone wants to know what the Bristol jump up thing is called, it's called Funk Up, and it was coined here first. Copyright Ill Truth.
But yeah, this is Dada. It's coming out on Guidance at the end on the 31st of July. So big up Greg and JD for asking us to get involved with the label, and
big up with the collaborations.
Yeah, Ed's tune.
Oh, yeah, big up Ed.
Yeah,
big
obviously.
up Ed.
Yeah, it's been in the pipeline a little while now, so it's nice for it to be coming out because of everything with COVID. It was meant to come out in like April,
right?
But I think we made a bit of a conscious decision to just push it back a little bit because
yeah,
let's give it a bit of breathing space.
Yeah,
but yeah, thanks for getting us on, and big ups.
Yeah,
tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks to anyone that has been watching today, and yeah, honestly, thank you guys for doing this. This has been a lot of fun, and
it's been good to catch up.
Yeah, genuinely, and we will be getting to Bristol soon. I think obviously when this kind of stuff all kind of starts coming down again. Then me and the girl Emma will be down. I'm not going to try and stay on your bed again, Hayden. Don't worry. I'm not going to try and kick you out.
Made out of my pillow.
I did. I did actually make out with Hayden's pillow. I thought it was.
He was
Emma.
like,
what, unconsciously?
Yeah, he was like, I rolled over to try and like give Emma a kiss, and I was like, Emma was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like making out with my pillow.
I made out. Not only that, I made out with the pillow for a good like minute. It was like a good I didn't. It wasn't just like a little kiss, and I mean, I will say that I'd had a bit to drink by this point. You know, it wasn't like just something I usually regularly do. Or so yeah. There's
yeah.
Thanks for
well in the pillow. Pillow porn.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, let's go into the last tune.
Right.
Thank you very much. Let's get out of here. Come on. All right. This is Dada by Ill Truth. Forthcoming on the EP. What's the EP called?
It's called the Roadkill EP.
Roadkill EP. All right. Good to know. All right. That was Ill Truth and Dada. That was some funk up for you right there. That one is about to be out. I can see Jay is now getting tucked into his lunch. I don't know if that is that cheese? Is there cheese with that? There is. Was that some freshly mined?
No.
That was some freshly mined cheddar. I'm hoping.
Just like a massive cheese sandwich.
Nice grilled cheese. All right. Well, look, it's been fun. If I don't turn it off, this is never gonna get turned off. Again, thank you so much
turn it off.
for doing this, and enjoy the rest of your action-packed day, and we'll catch up again soon. And big up, thank you to anyone that has been watching, listening. We'll be back again for another Overviewed very soon. Big up.